size, luxury, and family features are all things you get with this vehicle. Tom here with Go Auto, and next to me is the enormous Infiniti QX80 here inside the Go garage. And its redesign has taken everything up a notch. Most notably though, has to be this piano black front grille with these daytime running lights that carry that same pattern. Your main headlights are down below here, and seconding that are these air channels that feed air around the side of a vehicle. But I think my favorite thing up here has to be the illuminated Infiniti logo here, letting people know in the rear view mirror, it's the new QX80. I love that. And onto the side of the vehicle, you get the same piano black accents throughout and some little additional touches like these off bronze coatings here on the air vents and these wheels, which by the way are 22 inches and they look insane. The door handles blend into the panel and open up for you when you want to get in the car. And something that I love is this accent light down below here, but it doesn't move with the door because the light is actually under the skirt right there. So even when you open your door, it stays on display for people to see that you're in an Infiniti. Onto the rear of the vehicle, one of my favorite things has to be the Infiniti nameplate, because instead of having the logo, it's this nice branding in that off bronze color, very similar to the side and the wheels. You can also see QX80 is in that same color palette. The next thing that catches my eye is this really nicely designed taillight back here, because most vehicles go for a thick bar, whereas this gives it more character. Has thick lines at the beginning and then it goes nicely thin. It's very similar to the grille and the DRLs as the front. You can also open the trunk in some pretty cool ways. The first way is with the button down here, and the second way is with a swipe under the vehicle like that. Let's talk about this trunk space. It is fantastic, because not only do you have a pretty good amount of depth and lots of height back here, but there's also additional storage down below, as well as a wall outlet and these little grocery cutouts here on either side so that you can hook on your bags and not have them roll around in the vehicle. And with this as well, these seats power fold. With a push of a button, you can fold down the third row and the second row, all power operated back here. And if the vehicle's too high up for you, there's also an air suspension button right here that allows you to lower the vehicle. There's two things I gotta talk about, leather and screens. For the leather, it is everywhere in this vehicle. It's gorgeous. You got black on red everywhere with this nice silver piping going all the way through and stitching. These seats have it covered in it. We'll talk about that shortly. Same with this center console. Now you have a center console, but do you hear that? That is actually a cooler in your center console, so that way you can keep snacks or drinks cool while on long road trips. Genius if you got little kids in the back. Right here is your cup holders, nothing crazy. And on this side is where your USB-C and wireless charger is. I love that they have it placed here, because when you turn off the car, hop out of the car, it's easy to grab onto. Now the next thing I have to talk about is these seats, because they are incredible. They're covered in that red, black, and gray piping throughout, just like this interior, but they have some special things. Like that silver trim going around the headrest, that's actually a speaker. It perfectly surrounds your ears with this beautiful audio because it's by a brand named Klipsch, which specializes in home audio theaters, and now it's in the Infiniti QX80, and it is everywhere, from the headrest, like I already mentioned, multiple places on the doors, in the center console, and even up on the headliner here, which is also surrounded by this very velvety, luxury suede material. And now we have to talk about all the technology in this vehicle. And my favorite part has to be this lower screen here. Now, personally speaking, I'm not a big fan of touchscreen climate controls, but Infiniti nailed it because it's on this always on display here rather than having to open up a menu and get to it. You just power on, click the directions you want, change the temperature, fan speed. It's all with a click of a button, which I love. And if you want, you can jump to the rear climate control here and set the temperature to the kids in the back. A really nice touch. But the added feature of it as well has to be the drive mode screen. This is where you can adjust things from your eco to sport or towing mode, changing the driving characteristics of the vehicle, but it's also where you can adjust the ride height because this vehicle has air suspension to raise it all the way up to be like a monster truck or all the way down to keep it nice and low profile. And now the next thing to talk about has to be this main infotainment system. And I have to say, I'm in love with it because it's super responsive and the graphics are really nice on it. But one of the best parts about it has to be that its Google-based system is so intuitive. You got Google Maps, Assistant, and the Play Store in here, meaning you can just log into the vehicle with your Gmail and it's all your information put into the vehicle, making it super easy to download any miscellaneous apps that you want, opening up your Google history. It's all here and for you, and I love that. You also get wireless CarPlay and Android Auto and a lot of really cool features with all that stuff. But I think one of my favorite features has to be the dash cam. This vehicle has a built-in dash cam for the front, rear, and the inside of the vehicle. So this way, if anything funny happens with the kids in the back, you're able to click on a button, like take a photo, and capture that moment. Selfie. Next to the interior dash camera is your main mirror, which is just like any other vehicle. But you bring it up here and it's actually a digital camera. That way you don't have to look through a bunch of second and third row kids and get interrupted by them shaking their heads or anything. Just look through here. It's a clean visibility out the back of the vehicle to help improve your safety while driving. Another one is the heads-up display in the vehicle. Now it's in front of the driver's view and it's super clean, easy to read, and very customizable, just like digital driver's display. Now this digital driver's display is super easy to use because all of your controls and dials are on the right side here, allowing you to jump through all different menus that you want to see, which is a really nice touch. But you can see this little yellow thing lit up here. If I click it to the other side, now I'm able to control the infotainment system. And I can jump through the different menus on here and scroll through whatever I need to. This way I can keep both hands on the steering wheel while driving down the highway and not be distracted looking down trying to make sure I click on the right thing. Genius, Infiniti. Well done. And a big thing to talk about with this vehicle has to be the second row setup because it is amazing. You got two captain chairs here and everything is nicely lined in either leather or aluminum and wood finishes, most notably on the door. You get leather all over the place with contrast stitching and this open pore wood that has aluminum lines feeding through it and more accents throughout. Open this up, your cup holders. This is a tablet that actually houses all things like heated and ventilated seats, climate controls, different settings throughout, and these seats are massaging. They're also power operated, so you can recline his back as far as you want to go to have a nice nap here in the middle section. Opening this up, this is larger than some SUVs in the front. It's incredible. You also got two USB-C ports there, and if it's more that you needed, you got two more up here as well as a 12-volt socket. And up front, if you don't want to use the touchscreen or you want to keep it turned off, no worries, because Infiniti allows you to do it on here as well. Got a black panel here for your heated and ventilated seats along with all your climate controls. And in terms of extra storage, you have door cubbies, seat spots, and this little spot down below here, perfect for a Kleenex box or little snacks on road trips. Now the third row back here is surprisingly spacious. It's 3 seats, including this middle one. Definitely not me size, but kids can easily sit back here. On the side seats back here, however, is very comfortable. Seats are nicely cushioned. I got plenty of foot room, knee room. Headroom might be getting a little tight, but I mean, it's fantastic back here. I got 2 cup holders, USB-C port, even heated seats, and a power recline. So if I want to take a nap and have the air vents blow right at me, I can make that happen back here. It can be difficult to find a vehicle that fits the family comfortably and still be as luxurious as this. But the Infiniti QX80 does it effortlessly. And to learn more about it, visit goauto.ca or any of their Infiniti dealerships.